Well, how do you do, everybody? Oh, it's only been, oh yeah, there's a hair or something on the screen. It's only been, since May, since my camera broke. And so I've been out hunting, but it took me a month to get my camera sent off. And then it took, month and a half, 2 months to get it back. So here we are, August 5th. And check out my new 10-foot kayak down there. My new Arrowhead toy. Yuppers. And this big old gravel bar I'm on today. I mean, just look at this. Just chunky. And, I mean, this is a big gravel bar. Look at that. And then it stretches around the corner and does the same thing. I was hoping to find a hole in up here today. Found this a while ago. Ain't sure if it's the tip or a base of like a Sedalia or something. It's thin, got some nice flaking on it. And I'm going to have to do a video when I get home, show everything I've found past 2.5 months. I kind of like to get over to Terry's too. He's got some stuff. But of course, I never get skunked. I don't know. That broken piece, if I'd went home with that, I would have considered that being skunked. But this right here, I don't think this broke. I think this is a whole piece. Little, whatever it is. Got some other pretty colors to it too. Oh yeah, it's all there. Little nick out of the base or something. Sorry, I probably had it out of focus there. I think it's a Johnson. Yep, I sure do. Well, it's pretty late in the day. I got out late. It didn't start raining. Well, didn't quit raining till 12 o'clock. I left Terry's and headed for the creek and got here and paddled up. Been up here, a couple hours. Been hunting around. Just got a few spots left really to check on this gravel bar, and then I'll be heading back, making an early day. I just wanted to come up to this one. We always find good stuff up here, and a lot of times when we come from that way down there, by the time we get up here, we're done pooped. And if I come here right after it's rolled, I pretty much do a beeline through this gravel bar to down around the corner where I got a gravel bar that's out in the middle of the creek, and it throws out a 4-inch point every time, except last time I'll point it out, I found a little bitty one there. It'll be like under 2 inches, I think. About like this guy here. Well, here goes nothing. Cover this gravel out, and maybe I'll find something nicer. Thanks for coming and joining the show. Well, not but 5 minutes later, a little closer back to the kayak. And look how chunky this stuff is. I mean, this is some good sized stuff here. All of it. And then, man, this is a bummer. And I was just saying to myself a while ago, man, it's been a long time since I've found a drill. And here, I'll be damned, is a drill. It broke. Ugh. I mean, just make you cry. Most people wouldn't even see this thing. I mean, and the patina on this, but I know you can see that flaking on that, dude. And that'd have been one sweet, skinny little drill. Oh well. Better than finding nothing. And I still got a little bit more, and I got some more around the creek, around that corner. And I'm going to try my fishing pole a couple of times. But really just come up this way, find me an arrowhead. I was jonesing. Man, I can't believe that drill's broke. Man, that would have been one cool drill. It's been broke a long time too, I'd say. At least a couple 100 years anyhow. Well, either the next find or at home, guys. Well, here I am on another gravel bar. Man, look at all the weeds on some of these. I mean, there was one I was down there on, that thing had 6-foot weeds on it. This ain't right. And we need this stuff to roll. Some serious rain around here. And then go figure, would you? Man, here I find what I'm looking for today. And it's friggin' broke. Missing the dang tip on it. Well, yes, it's a Dalton, maybe a Graham Cave. Yeah, Graham Cave. Missing the tip. Wait till I get home and show you that. Yeah, that's ground there. This Graham Cave I found here, a month ago. It's missing a little bit of tip, but it's in the case. It's awful sweet. Shame this one. Kind of rough, but got that beveled edge. Good old mosaic. Oh well. Usually they always got the tip, never the ears. Last two's had all ears and no taps. Well, this is probably gonna be my last gravel bar before I shag to the car and shag home. So we'll see y'all there. Hello everybody at home for the little cleanup video and show all the stuff I found while my camera was broke. But here's something else I found yesterday. This ad's got an outer core at that end, so you know they didn't use them tip ends, but use these ends here. Look how much that's been worked over. That dude's smooth there. And found that little broken piece base last. That's that first thing I found, and I'm still pretty convinced that's actually a base of what would have been a nice friggin' Sedalia. Nice Graham K. Well, would have been. Man, it wouldn't have really been that nice, but had some nice mosaic. And that drill, man, that is just a shame there now. A crying shame. Find a lot of drills actually in the creek, and like the field, they're all broke. But and then that Johnson, that thing has some awesome color in it. It's got, well, I don't believe that nick you see right there is actually, I think that may have been how it's made, but I don't know. Looking at it on the camera now, it's got the same patina color in it as the rest of it, so it's really hard to gauge. But them two little base nicks was done by the creek, but other than that, it's all there. Definitely a case point. And got some really nice flaking on it, heavily ground. Okay, this here is a little blade that I dug up in a shelter. We're pretty sure it's a Sedalia, just a little Sedalia blade. Some awesome mosaic. I mean, just some phenomenal color in that thing. A line of pink and all different kinds of color in it. You may not be able to see that pink too well, but kind of runs through there. And even on this side too, in some little shady spots. Then had this found one day. I believe it may be a Cobb's. It's got some hellacious flaking on it. An old ding out of the base. I mean, an old ding. Creek tip to it. Yeah, a little bit missing on it. But was a cool find. And then got this really thin Adena blade I found. This 4-inch blade here. Found one day. Real nice. I found it. And this rice lobe, which is actually on the screen at the moment. There it was. Yeah, there's Terry's 4-inch Dalton. Found on my birthday. There's Corey's axe. he found that we didn't get to film. There's that 4-inch blade right there. Oh, that was the last thing I found. We'll get to that. And it's, oh, there's Terry's coop. And I need to go to his house and put it on. There's a little guy found that same spot, the next roll where I picked that up at. But I need to try and watch my time here. But here's that rice lobe I found. Just got a little bit of the tip missing and little bitty bit of the ears missing and just some old white soft chert, man. I mean, they use the heck out of that stuff, but the crate sure puts a wear on that harder than it does anything else. Yeah, let's put that back over in here. Now, here's a little coop I found. It's got a stack on that side and a little bit of curve to it, but other than that, pretty nice little coop. There's my other little coop out of the creek that's never been filmed. So I found it way before I had my camera. Check out, it's got them 3 like little potholes on that side. Don't know if that was caused from heat treating it or happened from it freezing maybe in the gravel bar, because it's got that there. Well, without that orange patina on it right there, where there was an impact break, I believe caused by the creek, you can actually see the original pink. Let's see, here's little Snyders I found in the field. Got some nice rust patina on it there. Pretty nice point. Little blade in the nick, right, little nick in the blade right there. But other than that, pretty nice. Oh, this is sweet right here. My first actual full red arrowhead that I found in my fields. Just a little bit of this one shoulder knocked off. Other than that, it is all there. And that's one of the sweetest Gibsons I've laid my eyes on, my book, just because of the material. I mean, we do not get a lot of red arrowheads around here, not fully red. We've got a lot of red. That's not naturally heat treated, it's just naturally red. But, nice point. Okay, next, here's a field find that did my last field find actually. Had a bird point with it that day, I think, and a tool. But really nice mosarkite. Almost looks like it come out of a cave with that calcium on there, but that's just how it is, come out of field. Let's see, here's a nice little colorful Etley. Got the ear missing there, maybe just a little bit of tip, but some awesome color. Let's see, what else is new here that didn't get showed. I can't remember if this Afton got showed or not. Got that nick in the blade and down here in the base, but check it out, it's got some little kicker ears on it. And thin, like most Aftons, but pretty nice point. Oh, there's that little bitty woodwind guy, got that little kicker on it. Well, that base is made that way, it's not broke. A little rough material on that side, but found that where I found that 4-inch Adena. I pick a lot of 4-inch points up in that spot. Let's see, this little Kramer's new. I don't know if it got filmed. Oh yeah, it did. That one's been filmed before. So Robinson, found that. That was a field find. Missing an ear, but man, little Robinsons are my favorite points. And I'd like to say something about these real quick. I know on a video here a while back, Richard had mentioned that how the Smetley brothers used Etleys and Melvilles and Smiths as knives and used the Sedalias as their actual spear points. Well, I also believe that the Smetley brothers, are what made Robinson points for dark points. Because this Robinson, and the few other ones I have all come from Smatley spots. Every one of them. See, this is one of my favorite woodland creek points. I think it's an apple creek, missing a little bit of ear, but got some phenomenal color on it. Really nicely made. Okay, I think that's everything that's new out of that case. Step over to the next one. This is the last well, creek point I found before that stuff yesterday. It was me, Terry, my buddy Wayne out. Me and Terry are pretty convinced that it's an agate basin, right at 3 inches long, and it has been sharpened down all the way up to here. I mean, been hafted all the way up to here, and was probably a much longer point. I don't know how well you can see it, but it has a lot of transverse flaking on it. It has like a sharpened edge or a beveled edge slightly all the way down that side. Some awesome color in it. I mean, just some awesome color. Some really, really awesome material. A little bit of the base nicked off right there. Don't know how well you can see that. That is an awesome point. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Look at that dude. And it was such a shame that tip was knocked off, but I don't care. That's my best Graham cave out of the creek so far. If it still may have this one tattooed on my arm. It's a debate over this one or the one that's actually on my car. But nice Graham cave, huh? I got a picture of it somewhere. Here's another one. This has got some awesome color. And this is an early archaic point. I'm not sure what it is really, but this base is heavily, heavily ground. It looks like it appears to be broke there, but that's worn. I mean, that is a heavily ground base. The creek may have knocked this little corner off, but it's just I've glassed it and glassed it over, and I really think it was made that way. Missing a little bit of tip, of course, but some awesome color. Got some awesome flaking on it too. I mean, definitely early archaic for sure. Okay, what else is next? Oh, this here was a crying shame. Look at that ear missing. That's a sweet little Dalton. Any Dalton's a good Dalton, but with that brown creek patina to it, I mean, it was a nice point. There's that Graham Cave right there when I found it. Pretty sweet point. Yeah, that's an Apple Creek. Found that with Devin Wayne. Okay, what else is in this case that's new? I know there was something else I had in there. Alright, oh yeah, the circe. I found it the same day I found that agate basin. There's my other circe I have. It's out of the field. This one right here. This one here has this base made that way. It's all there. Got a couple little dings to it, but otherwise it's definitely all there. See, here's that Dalton that was new, the Graham Cave, the agate basin. This point here, those have all been had. This little guy here was new. Some type of transitional point, and I can't necessarily say a Dalton. It's hard to say. But it's been sharpened down to practically nothing. Base is real heavily ground in the inside and ground a little bit in the ears, but not as much on the base. And this is my favorite creek point. I'm just going to show this real quick anyways. But, and this is an eastern parallel lanceolate. Here you can see that flaking from the sun. Which for the longest time I thought it was an Angostura. This side ain't near as nice, but that side there is awful sweet point. Okay, now we need to hit some stuff in the cases. There's this case up here. Here's a new creek Atlee, pretty much all there. There's a new field Atlee. I found out with a bird point and a blade one day. Let's see, anything else in here that's new? Yeah, this great big Atlee up here, missing an ear, a little bit of tip. And let's see. I think that's all the new Atlees in that case. I need to fix this when it keeps sliding. That come from it's a 4-inch. Actually, I think it may be older than an Atlee. I think it's maybe a rice type point. Probably needs to come out of there, but it keeps falling. I need to fix it. And then let's see. Oh, there's that white coot when I found it in the creek. And then over here is a picture of that Dalton missing the ear when I found it. Or the Sedalia case. Needs filled up. Okay, here's a new Melville. That was new in the creek case. Missing an ear, missing a little bit of tip, but you know, still a case point. And here's a rough little, well, it ain't too rough, but a small Atlee I found that was new. When I talk about a rough Atlee, that one there was a one-day find. That one there is really rough. Anything else new that's in the creek case? I think just this point, and this point. Oh no, after I found that red Gibson in the field, I found this almost all red. It's got some pink to it and slight little bit other color. But this Woodland Hopewell here, and it's not broke, it's sharpened up with that obtruse tip on it like that. So that was kind of cool. I just stuck fingerprints all over the place. New bird point was this one here, that one up there, that little guy up there in the center. I know there was a few other ones in here. Always so hard to remember on the dang bird points. But there's a quick glance. That one there is really cool. Such a shame that tip was knocked off and it was sharpened off that way. Oh, and then over here real quick, oh yeah, some heartbreakers from the creek that didn't get filmed. Look at this thing, man. I mean, over 3 inches and broke, and it's starting to widen back out there, so it was all sharpened down, but definitely off of some type of nice transitional point. Here's a broken Dalton, missing the ear and the tip. That would have been sweet. Another broken Dalton that is missing an ear and some tip, but it actually had this ear here sharpened off for some reason. But some awesome mosaic, and I mean just really thin. I mean so thin that beveled edge is real small. Here's some type of small transitional point sharpened down to nothing. Couple dings in the blade. My buddy Bill said, oh, I'd put that in a case, but I didn't. Let's see, what else in here? Oh, some tip of a broken Dalton. This thing here, I think it may have been, it's definitely a Dalton, but just rough, I mean rough. Sharpened down to nothing. May have been trying to make it into a drill or just a perforator point. And I think that's all the broken Dalton transitional stuff that was new. Oh, this adze here was a new find. That blade, that nick there, I'm pretty sure that's old. It's got a lot of patina in there. I don't think that's done by the tractor. Really nice adze though. Got some outer core left on it. Here's that blade. I found that day. I found the black Atlee and everything. Boy, I gotta hurry up. My time's running short here. Here's this little Adina was found. Tip knocked off. Here's a rough blade that was found. Oh, this was a field find one day. This here was a crying shame now. I mean, look at that Dixon. Oh, it just breaks your heart when you find stuff like that. Oh, that was a creek find one day. Found this the same day I found that white coot. That was a creek find one day. Check out the color in this blade right here. Rough old blade, but What else was new? Oh, here's a tool. Oh, found this the same day I found that Graham Cave. Really, really nice preform to a blade. I mean, it has a lot of edge work, so it's really hard to call it a preform. I think it's just some type of more of a working type blade. But see, I'm on 15 minutes on this, better hurry up. And some of the other broken stuff, but a lot of that stuff's been there all year. And that was it. And all the newer finds. Finally glad to have my camera back. There's that blade after I had juked it out. There it is, where it was hiding in the gravel. There's that one point, didn't know what it was. Little beat up Sedalia perforator drill or something. Terry's coupe. Oh man, that's a sweet, sweet point. There's that little blade. Well, better shut her down. See you guys on the next adventure. Oh yeah, and the adventures are only going to get better. The new arrowhead tool. Oh man, you can't beat one of these. A 10-foot kayak. If you're ever going to buy a kayak, make sure it has these double grooves in the bottom. It makes a difference in the world on them steering. See y'all next time.